Yo, everybody. Welcome back to the Car Pod, Muppet Puppets. Just before we start, I want to give a special thanks to everybody. We actually had a video up, probably like 3 days ago now, and I just, for some reason, the video got corrupt, and I just couldn't post it, but we gave a special thanks to everybody when we hit our...
Way to go, dude.
Yeah, you know, my occupation isn't video editing. If no one can tell, it's not my strong suit, but we're doing our best. I do think we are doing a better job. I think this is a lot more entertaining for people to watch, especially compared to our first episodes. But actually, in that video, we'll kind of go over some of the stuff we speculated in that this before Friday when this was unveiled, Thursday. But in that video, the point I was trying to get to is we thanked everybody for the 75th subscriber, or reaching 75 subscribers, I should say. And now we're up to 100. And that was our goal at the end of April. So we are crushing. The Muppet Puppet Army is undefeated, if anyone was concerned about that. And anyway, I hope we keep growing. I appreciate it. I hope everyone likes it. Leave comments on any questions or what we can change. We're always up for constructive criticism or just bullying. But yeah, so I don't know. Joan, you want to kind of go over what we went over last episode a little bit, or?
Well, pretty much we were talking crap on Toyota. We're saying there's no way this is going to be all-wheel drive or 300 horsepower, and especially no way it's going to be $30,000. And well, now it's out, and it is fucking 300 horsepower. So well done. You know, is it all-wheel drive? It is, right?
It is all-wheel drive.
It's all-wheel drive, and then but they're still saying it's $30,000. But that's a lie. Let's be honest. There's no way it's going to be $30,000. It's going to be closer to 40.
Yeah. So this is just a glance over so we don't look like full-blown idiots. So, you know, we were just trying to steer the pot a little bit, to be completely honest. I was speculating because the thing that people don't realize is this motor is a hand-built motor that's made in the GR factory from everything I've read. That takes a lot of money, dude. It just does. I mean, a lot of why things are cheap is when you subsidize it across the models. The only other model that has this engine is the Yaris. We don't have it here, if anyone didn't know that. And based on these specs, we got a very different iteration of this. You know what I mean? A lot more money's put in this, and we'll kind of get into that. And the main topic of this, why that's important to what we're talking about. But my speculation is if the 30K mark is something that they want to hit, in my opinion, it would have to be a different motor. It would have to be the 4-cylinder. It would have to be front-wheel drive. That's the only way it hits 30K. I don't care what anyone says. I got a lot of not a lot of hate, but I got some people that told me I was way off on Matt Moran's post on this. I commented on his YouTube video during the unveiling stream. And my opinion still is there because, dude, this is the number one thing. This is how I know. I might not be to the T on what this is going to cost, but I know it's going to be over 30K because if anyone knows anything about marketing, that's the number one selling pitch, dude. 30K. You can't get anything near this for 30K, you know?
You get emotionally attached, and you get them, oh, it's going to be all cool, 300 horsepower, hot hatch, and it's 30K. And then they get in, oh, actually, it's only going to be 38K. You know, you could do it.
It just it's impossible, dude. Like at 30K, it's impossible for many reasons, and we'll go over that. But all I'm saying is, if it was, it wouldn't really matter what anything else was. The fact that it's 30K, and we're going against Golf R's, or what people want to say, we'll go into that too. Like, dude, why say anything else? Like, that's the first thing you start with. Like, people just tune out. I'm putting a pre-order. I mean, you're undershooting it by 42K with a hand-built engine. It's just not gonna happen, dude. I'm trying to find a website that kind of goes over some of the specs. So this, even here, it's saying 32 estimate. There's just no way, dude. There's no way. So my speculation on this is the non-circuit trim, I think, will hit minimally 38 out the door. I don't see it for any cheaper than that, dude. If you really go across everything here, dude. Another car in this segment that people aren't realizing, and it is what it is. These are performance enthusiast cars. I'm pretty sure Toyota sells another car in the exact same price range. You know what I mean? The GR86. So unless you want to completely destroy that car, I don't know what else to tell you. You can tell me it's different, all yada, yada, yada. But if you get over 60 horsepower more, you get all-wheel drive, a more aggressive suspension, a more aggressive exhaust, more space, at a certain point, dude, you're like, as much as I want rear-wheel drive and, maybe a little bit tighter chassis, nobody is buying the 86 over this. You'd have to be crazy. I'm not saying, there are certain people, sure, but I just don't see it, dude. It just amongst the models, it just doesn't really make any sense. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So I think the circuit is gonna, as crazy as it sounds, I think the non-circuit will probably top out at 42, maybe. There is a lot of trim packages that you can add to this thing. So I think, if you add everything up, you add all the additions to that, there's a normal standard trim. I think around 42 is probably a safe bet. And
Maybe
I
they're
think
just
even
lying and saying that the base Corolla is 30K, and that's why they just say, oh, it's 30K.
That's what I wanted to look up, dude. Like, I know for a fact a fully loaded normal Civic is touching 30.
Yeah, and then
I mean,
like, they're gonna be like 33 out the door. That's a good deal.
Exactly. That is a good deal in 2022, dude. Like, people need to stop. This needs to stop. Like, this is just not. It's just a lie, dude. It's just a lie.
Dude. That seems like a lie.
It's saying 32. I know it's probably pretty small for you to see.
I'm fucking blind as shit.
No, it's all right. But yeah, so circuit, I think, isn't. We'll get into why that's kind of interesting and why this Golf RR comparison is really not a fair comparison. Because that motor's shared with all the way. This motor's been used over and over and over and over again. Obviously, it's the TSI engine has been revised at 2-liter. It's also in the Golf GTI, dude. That car is in the 30s. I think that thing produces, I don't know what it's at now, but it's in the mid-2s, maybe 240, somewhere around there. I know they have different packages for that. But my point is that this car is a different league. So you're going to tell me it's at a Golf R performance output, all-wheel drive, it's pretty apples to apples. Oh, it's 42. So where are we getting this? And I don't think it's a comparison that's even close, because within the name, the circuit trim, right? It's going to be a race-inspired car. I know the Yaris was a WRC rally, homologation vehicle. I don't think that's what this is going to be. I really do think, like, within its name, the circuit trim, I really think it's going to be more of a Type R comparison. And we were saying that in our previous episode. And dude, the Nürburgring package, that I think that's what it's called. I've seen them going for 70K, dude. So
on the Type R's.
Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, this is a specialty vehicle. Anyone who thinks they're getting,
they're making.
That's another thing. There's rumors that there's only going to be 1,000 in the first year, and that, from what I understand, the circuit trim isn't coming until next year. So that's the standard model. And I don't know if that's just in the US or nationwide, but dude, this is a hand-built engine. This isn't the 2-liter TSI motor out of a Golf. Like, it's not, you guys can go pound sand, drop it. It's not going to be anywhere near 32,000.
Yeah.
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But dude, if that's the case, I'm going to go fucking buy one, dude. That
would mean they only, like, I'm not very good at math, but my basic math skills. So they're going to make $32,000 off of 1,000 of these per unit. They're gonna make $320,000 off of these 1,000 cars. No way, dude.
No way, dude. The R&D alone, dude. That's
50K.
So another thing. So we were talking about on our previous episode is we were talking about how they're gonna subsidize the cost. So, like, I was speculating there might be a way in the 40s. Right. And this probably will. They're probably going to make it happen. They're going to take a hit. This isn't a car to make money. It's a car to, kind of bring people into the dealership, kind of like the Super is now in the 86. But my point is, I was saying you could do a drop. We were speculating on the size of the vehicle, and you should be able to put the Yaris powertrain into this. And it technically is. But the thing is, dude, they haven't gone over it, but they've said it's been reinforced. I don't know if that means forged parts. But there's a custom exhaust, 3-exit. The turbo is a single scroll, which I think is a little weird in 2022, just because with variable geometry turbos we see now. But it's built into the exhaust manifold. So, I mean, I would imagine the compression ratio has changed. It's hard to go from 257 to 300 without any of that stuff. My point is, this engine has more R&D into it. They didn't just flip a switch and now it's 300. You know, they changed things. And from my understanding, this 3-exit exhaust, you know, I mean, it could be all marketing, but it's to decrease back pressure, you know. So the thing I wanted to kind of touch on is we like it. We really do. You know, this is maybe yeah, circuit edition. They're saying 40. I think the core version is going to be closer to 40 than, you know, I mean, I think this will be kind of the 3840 will be the starting. And I think this will even touch like high 40s, 4850, maybe, you know, and come back and say,
MSRP. That'll be before any dealer market, depending on where you live.
Oh, dude, don't even give me guaranteed. Guaranteed this will have 10K markup. Guaranteed. In 2022.
That makes sense. It's only 1,000 units. It's going to be like a special edition. They're only going to have like 1 to 3 of these per dealership, you know?
Yeah, dude. Just with why can't I think of the term? What do you call that when you grant a dealership a vehicle? I can't think of the name.
Oh, I don't know. Like on that seniority or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, yeah, that plays a role in how many you get, but I don't know. I'm being an idiot right now. It's, you know, it's Saturday, you know.
I'm an idiot always. I know what you're talking about.
I like giving excuses why I'm an idiot, but I'm an idiot most days too. But my point is, you only are granted a certain amount of these cars, seniority, sales, all that stuff plays in it. When I was over at Porsche, we almost got none of the cars because Minneapolis was the powerhouse. You know what I mean? Like we got all the sloppy seconds in a sense. You know what I mean? My point is, it's going to be very hard to track when he's down, and if you do, it's going to have a markup to it because you're going to be competing against other people that want this car.
For sure.
I don't think this is, until we see otherwise. I wouldn't put any salt into this. I don't think it even makes any sense. Another touching point that everyone kind of glanced over, there was rumors about it being have a dual clutch option. That doesn't look like that is going to happen, which is a little weird. Just because. Yeah, I mean, because the Super is their kind of premier performance car, and we've had leaks saying there is going to be a manual. It's just weird how these markets work, and it almost goes back to how this is just for the enthusiasts. This is specialty through and through. I wouldn't be surprised if this is only, you know, a car available for a handful of years. It just seems very purpose built. I guess we can kind of get into what we like about it. I want to get some photos here. So you know, I do really like the interior. Corolla kind of upgraded that in the last few years. It is nice materials, a lot of soft touch. The suede seats are very nice. We have not seen the cloth seats yet in the Core edition. I'm hoping they're okay. I'm not against that. I am someone who's owned 2 cars now at the higher price range for me personally. I don't really like suede. I wish there was an option for the fake leather like you have in your car. What do they call that again, Jonah?
It's either vinyl, but they call it Sensitech for BMW.
For BMW, yeah. Like I like that kind of stuff, dude. It's easy to clean. It keeps well because there's a high poly content in that. It's nice. You know, I wish that was an option. It's kind of crazy to me that that we can't figure that out yet in 2022. Another thing that just made me think about this, the circuit edition that's supposed to go for 40K has forged carbon roof, right? And there are I was thinking about poly, like plastic molds where you know, I'm not a fucking scientist. You know, I don't manufacture, I don't do anything. But I know that Lotus had some patents on some technology about how they could blend plastic weave with carbon weave. I don't know if that works with the Forge. I don't know if they haven't said otherwise. You know, they might be misleading us. It might have some high plastic content in this stuff. But from what it sounds like, dude, it's through and through a forged carbon roof. I don't know about you, but the only 2 other manufacturers I know that are doing that are Aston Martin and Lamborghini. So I don't know. If there's any more reason why this isn't 40K, I don't care what anyone has to say, dude. I'm like tired of defending it. There's just no way, dude. There's no way.
Yeah.
I do remember.
I mean, I love the fact that they did it. I love that they're saying it and pretending. But and if it was real, that'd be great. Like they're just like, yeah, 20,000, make it $5,000, you know. But if what the hell, it's really all the numbers don't make sense. It's all-wheel drive. It's 300 horsepower. It's got a sick interior. It's a Toyota with a turbo, 3 exhaust pipes. You're
Yeah,
gonna tell me it's 30K?
and I want to
But
get into that. Like let's say a couple good things. I do like. I wish I had a better fuel photos, because I want to get into this a little bit. Let's try to buzz through here. Get a good look. So I like how the fenders are kind of square, dude. It kind of reminds me of the E30 M3. Like, you know what I mean?
the
It's kind of
boxy
has
look,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, I haven't seen like square boxy fenders in a minute.
Looks
A
like an
talking.
STI right there, dude.
Yes, very. I want to kind of get into some of the design language that looks like they ripped it a little bit off some other cars. But the talking point I want to talk about is these 18s, for why it might be even more expensive than we even think. These 18s, dude, as much as people want to bitch about them, I think it's a great call. This is gonna be a stiff riding car. It's a racetrack inspired vehicle. It's gonna set nice lap times. There's gonna be a lot of malleability here. When you have a smaller rim, you got to have a stiff compound tire. Stiff compound tires cost an ass load, for anyone who doesn't know that. Anyone who's bought Michelin 4S's, Cup 2s, Cup 2Rs, Triple Eights, they cost a lot, dude. Like if I had to guess, even like manufacturer costs, these still probably cost a couple grand for them to put these on. I believe they're 4S's. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I'm sorry. But my point is these are going to be at least 4 to 6, maybe even 8 grand to replace tires like this. These are expensive ass tires, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe the 40K mark. I mean, we've kind of beat that to death, but I think it's a good talking point. A point I also want to talk to, this car sounds like shit. Okay, based on the YouTube videos, it sounds awful. I hope it's because people are scared to rev the snot out of it. I hope it pops and crackles. I know that's not everything, but a little 3-cylinder is never really going to make a great noise, especially on a small displacement like this. I think it needs to do kind of the Veloster N effect where they add the burble to it. But this is going to cost a lot of money in the aftermarket. You know what I mean? If you want to liven this up, because from what I understand, mind you, it could be marketing talk. If we, let's say, a center exhaust delete and went to a dual tip, right? I would imagine it saves a lot of money to produce something like that because that's the standard production. I don't know anything about this exhaust. This is just a speculation. But I would imagine a proprietary design like this is going to cost more than a simple exhaust. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
wonder if, I mean, especially, I can't really see, but I don't know if the exhausts are coming through the middle of the bumper. You'd probably have to get a new bumper or something to make it look good.
yeah, so that's my point. So you could do like a delete, maybe a different bumper, whatever, right? But I don't even know if it's feasible because of the back pressure discussion, right? So my point is, like even a normal exhaust catback, mine was, I think like 1,200. You said yours, the M Sport is like 2,000, right?
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of different prices. I've seen just the muffler for like 1,000, 1,400, and then I've
Yeah,
also seen like 2,400. So I'm like, what the? I can't find
yeah.
it. I can't find it from the car.
I would just imagine a purpose-built specialty proprietary design like this, even for an axle back, muffler delete, whatever you want to call it. This thing's gonna, dude, holy shit, you know what I mean? And then my point is, I think it's pretty similar to the Supra. I haven't seen a very close up look, but I've heard that the single scroll turbo is part of the manifold. I don't know if there's any pictures of it. I doubt it. My point is, that's going to be really expensive to upgrade. This car is good. The aftermarket, which I don't care. This car is made for the aftermarket. That's what this is. This is an enthusiast car. It's going to cost a lot of money
Look
to
at
put
that
in.
picture. That looks like a Type R, an STI, a Speed 3.
Speed 3 for sure. And
Like,
another thing that I haven't heard anyone talk about, hopefully they have a picture of the I love the front fender vents. Those are sick.
that looks, look
It
at how that
looks,
thing looks. That
yeah.
thing
And
looks
from what I
sick.
heard, there's no fake arrow, which is funny because the Supra has so much fake arrow. But
Of
look at this
course.
slotted disc. Like, dude, this is nuts. So
That
it looks
model
like,
is not 30K. That model
yeah,
is like $50,000.
I can't read that, but it looks like 4S Pilot Sport. I think that's Forest. Point being, they're expensive tires. So this is the forged roof. Okay, yeah, 40 grand, dude. Okay, keep believing it. So this is what I want to talk about. This looks so much like the RS 500 we didn't get. I think that's a 5th gen Focus. Don't quote me on that. But dude, don't you get like maybe even some Jag, SVR? I think that's what it is, SVO. Type of inspiration. Like, I don't know if you know what the RS 500 is. We never got it here, but
No, I don't know what
no
that
one
is.
said that, but it looks very, it looks like they pulled it off. I like it. It looks good. The core spec looks so soft compared. Like, I feel like you
Yeah.
can't go with this. I'm not a designer, but I also think like if this was my car, sorry, I want to go back to here. Waste a lot of time. My bad. It does a lot for it. These accents are all painted gloss black on the circuit trim versus the matte plastic on the core trim.
Yeah.
But I think I'm not huge on this being body color. And I also, just someone who's driven lower vehicles, you scratch the shit out of the front of this. I'd like to have some kind of splitter in case you do fuck it up on a nice curb or something. Like I'd like to replace without having to replace the whole front fascia. But I think that's going to be a pretty common mod just because it will give it like, it's just so aggressive everywhere else that I don't like. I don't know. Me personally, I think I would want some kind of splitter here, but I really don't have any slights on the car. I would like to get this in my hand on the wheel. Because it doesn't really have many aggressive bolstering. It's not flat bottom, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it doesn't look like, much thought went into that.
Yeah.
The gear select or whatever, a shift knob is really fucking tall from what I'm understanding. These are things you can change. I do like that, like the embroidery. For the most part, I really like it. Like the tails a lot. The part that I didn't notice until I looked at the base trim or the core trim, sorry. Let's try to get a photo of it. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this isn't a great angle, but you don't get the aggressive spoiler on this trim here. Doesn't it it's just off, dude. Like I feel like this has to be extended enough to kind of balance out how long this looks. I just think it looks so.
Looks like the Lexus, like fuck.
Yes.
Call it those Lexus wagons.
Yeah, the H whatever. Yeah, I know exactly what you're like the hybrid one. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
200 or whatever the HI. I don't fucking know what that.
I don't know either. I mean, like, no hate on that. It's just not my, yeah, exactly. But I am getting that look, dude. I'm getting, for sure. I've been very Lexus here. I'm getting very Subaru, hatchback 13, 2008
Toyota
SCI, Toyota Matrix, RS 500 hood. I like it. I think it's cohesive. This model just doesn't do it for me. It's way too soft. I think it's cool that this option, maybe this is magically the 30K option. For 40K, I don't like, let's be realistic. I think this, it's a good car. It's a really good car, dude.
Maybe they'll start taking advantage of that 3-cylinder and start putting it in more cars. If it's putting out 300 horsepower, maybe they'll start putting in another shit, and maybe that'll be their fucking B58, that they put in everything and make it all cheap.
Well, yeah, or it's 4G63, like back in the old days of Mitsubishi, where they put that thing in everything, dude. Yeah, it became the powerhouse. I think it has the sorry for the beeping, everybody. Yeah, I just think it has a lot of potential. It's proven itself. It's reliable. It's a great car, dude. I just want to talk a little bit of shit, just because everyone just is jacking it off lately, and I'm kind of sick of it. Yeah. Because it's already too good to be true because of the specs, dude. Something needs to fall. Yeah. And that's kind of what we were.
It is cool. It's fucking great. It deserves to be jerked off. But I'm not gonna sit here and let you jerk it off and say it's $30,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at the carbon fucking roof, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Literally, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the only other players are Aston and Lamborghini, and these are like the Performante. Like these are high-end models, like the Valkyrie and the Valhalla. Like these aren't even like a typical Vantage. Like these are the top of the top models of these fucking cars, dude. Like I don't know, man. I love it. I really do. I just find it really weird how they didn't see the price. I think it's really weird how we haven't seen the cloth seats. It seems pretty early. I'm super down that they came out with this and, kind of took advantage of this. But dude, like,
Yeah,
just it's so cohesive. Like, I love the circuit. What I mean? It just
that
looks
looks
this.
dope.
You need
I'm glad they
this.
did it because yeah, we
Yeah.
need it because now people have to compete with this and make another cool car. Like, look at that fucking thing. That side profile looks sick. It's the
I
fucking that's the STI, dude. That's the fucking Hawkeye STI wagon.
yes, dude.
Looks good.
It's so, dude, like, who needs to play this? Because, dude, now that I saw here it said Speed 3, that's literally all I'm seeing in this asset. It looks so
Yeah,
much like a
the
Speed 3.
tail end, the tail
Yeah,
lights to the side profile, but the front
yeah,
end looks like a STI. All I see in the front is a Hawkeye STI right there.
yeah.
Not right
No,
there, only the
but
side profile.
yeah, like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, even the hatch, like, like, because
Yeah,
the hatch, this has the, whatever, I don't know if they call it a bulbous hood or a bubble hood, kind of like how they used to do on, do they still do that on the M3s? Do they still have like the little hump?
I think they do. I don't really know. I'll have to
But,
find out. They
but
have some.
my
They
understanding,
definitely have a wider front end.
yeah, because from my understanding, this still has, or sorry, the circuit has a different hood besides just the vents. I think it's a little bit more bubbled. But my point is, it's giving me very STI, like the hatch. I mean, like the 08,
Yes.
13 from this side. This is very Mazda 3. But my point is that this is Mazda already produces 300 in their turbo model. They just need like a manual, maybe a different, better brakes for sure. Because I'm pretty sure it's the same brakes all the way through. A little bit more aggressive suspension. They could make this for not much. I mean, if we're being honest, we're talking 40K. They could make a competitor to this. That'd be pretty intriguing, dude. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it opens up the market, hopefully. And that's the thing too, dude. Like, I was talking to my brother about this. In the last 5 years, dude, we have dropped Evo, STI, and Focus RS. I mean, this is not a thriving segment. This is for the fans. This is for the enthusiasts. So before everyone gets all the panties all wadded up, dude, like, I'm glad this came out. Everyone be happy for it. I don't want to hear anyone bitching about the price, okay?
Yeah.
And I want you
We
coming
need
back.
this.
I want a sub from our haters when I fucking can tell you I told you so. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, all through and through, I think this is sweet. I hope I see a bunch of them. I hope I see some tuned up ones because this exhaust needs some work. And my thing is too, is this valved? Like, how does this work? Is it
I
like
don't know. Maybe there is. I mean, most fucking cars nowadays have a sport mode
yeah.
with valves, especially if it's fucking we got a fucking carbon fiber roof. It's Ford, whatever the fuck kind of roof. They might as well have fucking valves in the exhaust too. I bet they do.
Yeah, it'd be sick because you could, like,
Make it louder.
I
Press
don't,
a button. Make it
yeah,
sound a little cooler.
because mostly it has like valves obviously to open up the chamber. The bigger it is, the quieter it is, and then obviously you can bypass it. This would be a cool way to bypass it, just the three exhausts. I mean, like, shut off the middle maybe, and then open it up when you want it louder. I think that's cool. Bigger
Hmm.
diameter on that. I would imagine it's a little bit louder. I
Yeah.
just I was really disappointed by the noise. And I don't know what I was expecting. It's a 3-cylinder. It's not like the Type R sounds nice, you know what I mean? So it's like it doesn't have much competition. But I do want people to start talking about the Type R more. This is more of that, just based on it's just special. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying the Golf R is not a great car. I used to want to have one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's not pretend those things are cheap, dude. I remember looking at one. It was touching 40, 45, somewhere around
Yeah.
there when I was looking,
They
48
are
maybe.
sick, but yeah, I did the same. I started looking at them. Like, oh, look for them. Yeah, they're not. There's not one you can buy for cheap.
I could promise you can't find one for 30K, even used with a bunch of miles. I'll promise you that. Maybe the 2-door, maybe the old what was that? The sixth
Yeah.
gen.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
don't know what
sick.
it is.
Those are really sick. But my point is, like, there's no way this is ever going to be 30K. I don't care. I know I've said that a million times, and like everyone's like, all right, dude, I get it. But like, there's
Just so you
people
guys
literally,
know, not gonna be 30K. Okay.
yeah, there's one takeaway, dude. Fuck. But yeah, dude, I don't know. There's not much else I want to say. I think main upgrades are going to be, now that I see the 4S, you probably don't need a more aggressive tire. But I was thinking, I really like how they went after this, because what happens, like, on the Blaster end, for instance, and that's supposed to be the competitor price wise, which it's not going to be 30K, so maybe I shouldn't bring it up. But that thing's going to be, those have 19s on that little car to stiffen up that sidewall. When you have a smaller diameter wheel like this, you just have, it has more space to play. You need a nice wheel. You can't cheap out on wheels when you, or tires, I should say, when you have this smaller diameter. I really like how it looks. So 19s would look funny on this thing, dude. Like you need to have it
24s on that
looks
thing.
yeah. People will probably blow it somehow. But dude, it just looks so good. I love this fender here. It's so aggressive. But yeah, I thought, maybe because there's no aero benefit, but I just thought like a little bit of a lip here would look just would complete the look a little bit.
Mhm.
But for the most part, I really like it. I really like it. Just a pet peeve of mine. I know people probably don't give a hell, but I'm not a big badge guy. I like deleting everything, and that's what I'm working on right now in my car. When you have stuff like this, Volkswagen does the kind of thing with the tailgate. I think they also do this here. When you delete stuff like this, it just looks so odd because you have this, you still have the surround that's trying to make, what I mean? Like you just have weird, it's not clean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Volkswagen has that with the tail where the camera comes out of the emblem. I don't know if you ever seen that. So you can't like delete it. And like, car culture, they do that. So I just wanted to bring it up. Things like that kind of drive me a little nuts. But at the end of the day, like no, most people don't care about that. But you see what I mean? Like it's not very aggressive bolstering on the seats or the wheel. Seats I don't really
I'd
mind.
be interested to sit in it and see how it feels because
Yeah.
some Toyota's interiors are really comfy. Like,
Yeah.
even if they're not the best materials or whatever, like, it's still nice.
And from what I've never been in the newer generation of this, but from what I heard, did they really up the? I mean, the styling still looks a little bit, old focus maybe. Like it doesn't look the nicest per se, but I heard the actual materials have been vastly upgraded.
Have you
Like it's
seen the
stitched on.
Supra? The new
No, dude,
Supra?
I heard that's next level though, dude. Like I heard that's so
I mean,
much nice.
I'm no car. I mean, I'm into cars, but I'm not like the fucking genius. I don't know a bunch of shit. I can't be like, oh, this is terrible material. But
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah,
sit in it, it's like, fuck. It's fucking nice. It's a nice interior, dude. It reminds me of like a Corvette or something. Like,
yeah,
just the seating position, the way it feels, and everything's all nice. Everything feels good. So I'm
yeah,
sure if it's the same fucking GR, they're
yeah.
doing this shit. So I'm sure it's gonna be nice and comfy.
Yeah, and like I'm a big feel guy, and that's why I'm making a big point about this wheel. I got little ass hands, so I'm Lego grip and everything, but I really like how BMW goes with a thick diameter wheel. Like they go with it's firm, it's
I
heavier
like both.
weighted. You like both?
Yeah, because even like I like my thick wheel too, but the
Mm.
F80 has a thinner wheel, and I love that too. I don't know what it is. Like some of them are nice. It's just I don't know. I like both. Like my E30 has a real thin wheel too, and I like that. But I also like the thick one.
Because I know people like it because Porsche's got very. I mean, people say it's perfect. I think Porsche gets a lot. We've gone over this in the past. I think Porsche gets way too much of a pass most times, but they go for a thinner wheel. They go for a lighter feel of us. Everything feels tactile but light. I don't know what this is. I just like a heavier thing. It's a pet peeve of
Yeah.
mine. But yeah, I mean, we've been going on long enough. I just want to throw a different curveball in there. I really think the prices are going to be what people want, and I think the aftermarket is going to get pretty spendy for something like this. And maybe because it is obviously going to be a collectible, that's not really a big concern. A lot of these are probably going to keep stock and probably sat on, unfortunately, not driven. But it's a sweet car, man. Look how little. Like this is a 1.6, I think. Look how little this fucking thing is, dude.
That looks so cute.
See, like these are, from what I understand, these are hand-built motors, dude. Like they're in a different factory from all the rest of the Corollas. At least the engine is. Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Do you have any closing thoughts besides that? I mean, we've kind of exhausted
Fuck it,
most.
dude. I'm glad they did it because we needed a fucking hot hatch, and hopefully we get some more of them because I'm definitely salty that we don't have fucking hatchbacks here. Doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. We were texting about it. It's fucking
Yeah.
bullshit. But
Yeah,
we
you
don't
can
need to
rate.
keep going. Fucking good job,
Yeah.
Toyota. Shit looks good. And by the way, it's fucking not $30,000.
Yeah.
Especially not the gray one.
Yeah, not the circuit, dude, for sure. Fuck all you guys that think that, and fuck for all the people that are talking shit on my post or my comment.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like,
sub up puppets.
that's
Hopefully
right.
we'll be better at this. I don't know why we've kind of been slacking. A lot of it has to come with me being a shit editor, but hopefully we get better. And thanks for tuning in. Deuces, everybody. Deuces.
Sheesh.
Everybody